The first charges are handed down stemming from the investigation into Russian collusion in the 2016 presidential election.
Now the White House is insisting that none of this has anything to do with the president. Eyewitness News reporter Henry Rosoff is live in the CBS 3 News Center with more. Good morning, Henry.
Good morning, Jim and Rahel. This morning, the White House is continuing to distance itself from former campaign staffers now indicted as part of the investigation into the possible collusion between President Donald Trump's campaign and Russia. Meanwhile, we're also hearing from Hillary Clinton. Paul Manafort, President Donald Trump's former campaign manager, along with his business partner, Rick Gates, face a dozen federal charges, including money laundering and conspiracy. The president tweeted in part, "Sorry, but this is years ago, before Paul Manafort was part of the Trump campaign. Also, there's no collusion." Both men pleaded not guilty yesterday.
There is no evidence that Mr. Manafort or the Trump campaign colluded with the Russian government.
But the real twist involved this man, George Papadopoulos, a foreign policy advisor for the Trump campaign. He was revealed to have pleaded guilty earlier this month to lying about his dealings with the Russians to the FBI. And according to court documents, Papadopoulos emailed about setting up a meeting between the campaign and Russian leadership to discuss U.S.-Russian ties. The White House insists Papadopoulos was a volunteer who was largely ignored, and investigators are looking in the wrong direction.
There's clear evidence of the Clinton campaign colluding with Russian intelligence. Last
week, it was revealed that Hillary Clinton's campaign and the Democratic National Committee paid for research that contained claims about connections between the Trump campaign and Russia. Clinton, at an event Monday night promoting her book, addressed yesterday's indictments.
We don't need a lengthy investigation to tell us that Trump is ignoring the intelligence community about an urgent threat.
And lawmakers from both sides of the aisle have warned against calls to fire Special Prosecutor Robert Mueller and warned against the president pardoning anyone who's been indicted. The White House so far has suggested there's no plans to pursue either of those avenues. Live in the SAT Center, Henry Rosoff, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Henry.